Welcome back to Space Engineers. In this episode, we're going to start to work on the actual ice scraper. We're going to need to get probably a few more of these large cargo storages up, just for ice overflow. I'm thinking maybe... I think I want 4 total. I'm trying to think of kind of how much I filled up when I was drilling the stone. I don't know if the ice volume is different though, but I don't really want to risk it. I want to be as efficient as possible, so if I have extra storage that doesn't get used, I'm okay with that. So I'd like to do that, and I think I'd also like to do maybe at least 2 more hydrogen tanks, and maybe 2 more oxygen tanks. Maybe I'll have 6 total hydrogen tanks and then 4 total oxygen tanks. Although, I'm assuming that when you make oxygen, it probably doesn't actually make both. I wonder if having the oxygen takes away from the hydrogen. I'm not sure about that. I might just leave it as 2, because really, those tanks are for looks. So I'm not too worried about that. So that is kind of the plan, is we'll get those tanks built and then start working on the framework for the ice scraper. I am going to do that gantry style, kind of like I have up on my other YouTube videos. And I'll sort of explain part of what I'm doing as I go. So as always, if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't done so already for more, and leave a comment below. I don't know why I went that way. I thought it was, I should build... No, it's fine. I'll just go the long way. I need the exercise. Alright, so let's get some energy, and then let's throw some large cargo containers in the build planner. I think let's go... Alright, let's do 1 here. I don't really need these armor blocks, but I think they look cool. So... here we are. Let's do 1 of them right up here. And then we'll do something like... So that'll be the framework for all of these guys, so let's start welding this up. That is incredibly useless that it decided to do that. So let's come over here. Oh, do I not have the... Might not have the interior plate for this. I don't appear to have the interior plate for this. So I'll put those into production. So while those are being produced, let's come over here and expand on these foundations. So these are kind of the same thing. They're 3x3. So I would need, that would be 1. And let's go here. Oh, I'm out of steel plate. Can I get steel plate through a hydrogen tank? I don't think you can. Apparently you can. That is dumb, but very convenient. Another one there, and there. Do these have the... Alright, good. It's on all sides, right? Right. Alright, nice. So that will be all of my hydrogen processing. I can start by giving these guys their steel plate, while again we wait for some of those other components to be built up for the storage containers. Alright, so those are done. So now let's go ahead and name these. So what's nice is I have the sorter in front of the first ice storage. And so because of that, I don't have to worry about like these things getting other parts in them. So they're just going to be ice. So these are basically all just ice that will hopefully not fill up too bad while the 4 O2H2 generators are processing the ice that gets mined. Now over here, I guess I can actually tell this thing to, let's see, can I strangely get stuff out of this? I don't think it'll let me, but all bets are off at this point. Where's my assembler? Here it is. Yeah, no, it won't let me. I don't know why the hydrogen tank will let you pass stuff through it, but if you have a sorter, it won't. That's, I mean, it makes sense on one hand, but on the other hand, it's still dumb. Okay, so what I want to do now is clear my build planner. It is clear. I want 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I'll come in here. I'll grab stuff. I'll come out here. And I will attempt to weld stuff. So it's looking like I either don't have large steel tubes, or for whatever reason it's just not grabbing large steel tubes. I'm not sure why. Oh, it also needs small steel tubes. But it needs large steel tubes first. But it's kind of like it just sort of decided to give me the wrong stuff in the wrong order, maybe? I haven't quite unraveled all of the mysteries of the build planner. My space engineer's divination just isn't that strong today. So we'll just run back. Actually, we'll just go here again. Because apparently that works. What does it keep giving me? It keeps giving me large steel tubes when I need small steel tubes. Oh no, I have the 50 whatever tubes that I gave myself. Because I ruined it. I broke it all. Oh, it keeps giving me 75. Oh no, what have I done? What have I done? Also, I don't have any small steel tubes. Alright, so we'll do that for now. And we will, I guess, recharge. Not much we can do for a moment. And we'll get our steel tubes, our small steel tubes. We'll come in here. Oh my god, these take so much steel plate. Let's just get these functioning. Just kidding. Oh, I still need large tubes there. Large steel tubes there. Alright. Put the large steel tubes. Give me more tubes. More tubes. Why can't you give me tubes? Am I tubeless? Oh god, I'm tubeless. No, I'm not. I have plenty of tubes. And you can have some tubes. And you can have some tubes. Oh, you're out of tubes. Wrong tubes. How many times can I say tubes before somebody turns this video off? Those are the questions. Those are the questions that I need answers to. How many words can I say? No, now you need big tubes. I don't understand. I thought you had the right tubes. Alright, 69 tubes. Boom. Done. Alright, we're just gonna leave this stuff functional for now. It's 6 large hydrogen storage tanks. Like, what could go wrong if they're not fully armored? Who would attack that? It's just like a giant bomb. It's fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Alright, so, we've got some good hydrogen storage now. Hopefully that's enough. And more hopefully, once that's filled, hopefully those 4 and the volume of the 4 O2H2 generators is enough that if I just keep running this mine, not paying attention to anything, hopefully it'll be fine. And if it looks like it's going to fill up, I can always just add more storage tanks on top of these 2, or those 2, or just everywhere. I can keep going out that way. I've got plenty of room for expansion, although these are kind of hard to build because they take so much stuff. So let's just hope that it doesn't go very poorly. Now, we need some steel plate. And let's get some more steel plate. That's enough steel plate. Now, what we're going to do is figure out how we're going to make this gantry mine thing. So how this works is you make a giant tower upwards with conveyor tube. Which reminds me, we should probably start a bunch of conveyor tube stuff. So conveyor tubes need a bunch of motors, a small steel tube, a bunch of construction components, and a bunch of interior plate. So, oh hey, basically that. Basically I need a bunch of that. So that is convenient. We'll just let that go. But what I want to do... I want to look here real quick. 15405. I actually have a lot of motors already. We're pretty good on the motor front, so I'm gonna knock this one down and just do like 300 more. And that should be good. I want to be mildly conservative with my excessive building of components, just because things like motors that use lots of stuff, iron, nickel, and silicon, obviously they use a lot of resources, and I only have stone that I'm mining right now over here, so I don't want to frivolously use it, whereas the other base can be more lavish in my production. You know, obviously I could also just drive over. Well, I can't quite drive over right now, as if you remember, there's a flipped over buggy over there. That's probably dead right now. Should write that soon. Let's write that now real quick. While I'm thinking about it, let's get it flipped over so that it can be charged in with the solar panel. That seems like a good option. Let's go right here. It's not quite that ideal. You're almost free. That's kind of getting worse, to be honest. Alright, let's take stock of the situation here. I need that leg down. So I'm just going to keep building out this lever until it does what I want it to do. Just like that. And now that I've done that, I'm going to get rid of this tree. And that. And I'm going to try to put this thing down gently. Nice, nice. Whoops. Alright, so I'm going to leave that giant thing on there for a moment. Now it might pull us down the hill, which it looks like it's sort of trying to do. So I'm going to actually come out here and grind it more. Because that would negate the hard work that I've just done. But it looks like we might be high-centered. Oh boy. Nailed it. And so we can just drive down here and get this guy in the sun. Somewhere like right here is in the sun and nice and out of the way. How the only thing that's damaged is that antenna is a mystery. But, you know, I'll take it. Let's come over here and repair this guy. And, there we go. Let's, turn our headlights off. Maximum charging. Whoops, so I want to come back in here, and I want to turn my antenna back on. Alright, so that was just a small side track. I just want that kind of not upside down over there on the hill so I don't forget about it existing. Alright, so let's get some hydrogen again. And let's get to work on our gantry. Alright, so what we'd like to do is come out this way. And we'll have the track go 4 out in each direction. I've actually got these frame blocks. They just take construction components and small steel tubes. But I think I want to use those for this, actually. I haven't used these yet. I keep meaning to use these, but I keep forgetting about them. And, you know, just kind of how it's been. So let's get some of those. This is the block frame. Basically, all these are is when you build them, they stay as a frame. So they'll always look cool. Alright, and 4 off that side. 1, 2, 3, 4 off that side. Alright, well, unfortunately, I had it suggested that I make a like an enclosure for the little oh, it doubled. Oh my god, they're multiplying. I had it I wonder if it's like a desync. Why is it not? Oh, it ate its, okay, it didn't. I thought this was like a ate its twin in the womb kind of situation, but I guess not. I had it suggested that I build an anomaly case around this, and I thought about doing it, and I was gonna do it, but it's in the way, so unfortunately, it's not going to happen. Sorry, Dane. Alright, so I need this to be anchored into the ground, like that. And you're going to need to be anchored into the ground. And then I'm going to actually delete these ones, because those other ones were just for lining it up. So I think I want to have pistons and not just like one layer of drills. Depth is the word I'm looking for. I want to have like full control over how deep the drills go, and so I'm gonna have pistons. And so I need this to actually be large enough that I can put a piston downwards from the car and a drill. So let's go ahead and get these frame blocks over here. Alright. Now, I'd like to start doing the tower. And I'd kind of like to have a junction block right here for really no reason other than it'll look mildly like it's supposed to work in real life. So I'm going to have one of these, and then a junction. And then I'm going to have a gigantic tower. Now, the taller this tower is, the better this theoretically works. Because the idea is you have a huge pivoting angle thing where you basically make a giant triangle, and the hypotenuse of the triangle can get... Oh my god. Did that seriously not hit anything? Oh my god, that was amazing. So anyhow, the taller you make this tower, the further out you can go. Basically, the steeper the angle is here, the less you have to worry about like how far out your pistons need to go to have more pistons. So I am just kind of winging this. I'm literally making this up on the spot. I don't know how tall I should go. I don't know how many this is. I'm gonna do like 2 more, 3 more. I don't know how tall am I compared to that thing. And oh, you know what? You know what? If I make this, oh god, as I die from up here. If I make this just tall as balls, like that, that can see that repeater. That was the whole deal, is I wanted that stupid tower to be tall enough to see that. But what I didn't think about was doing something like this, putting a conveyor up here. Why did I not think of this before? Oh my god. Oh, then I could put the hinge on this. All right, guys, we've discovered something. I don't have any steel plate anymore. Damn it. All right, back down here, back down here. So, okay, so new plan. That giant stupid looking tower, we're all gonna get our wish. It's going to come down. That antenna is going to go on top of that. Because I have to have this up here anyway. So we might as well use it to avoid having another giant antenna tower that just looks ridiculous. We'll just have one gigantic tower that looks absolutely asinine. It'll be fine. Alright, so all that stuff can go back. This is the ice storage tank. This is not where that belongs. Put my toys away in the right compartment. Alright, so now I want steel plate again. And we'll fly back up here, and we'll get a block frame for the slopey block. And we're going to do the... Alright, so we're not using steel frame. I'm not going back down. We'll use one of those and give it a little zap. That was too much zap. We'll just finish it up, it's fine. Alright, so that will be like that. The antenna can go on top of that. Do I have any... No, of course not. Why would I ever have the things that I want? Alright, so now we can come over here and not have any room for any of these components. Oh my god. Where did the world go? It's so dark. Is that the world? Yes, that's the world. Does that give me construction components? No. Why would it have done that? It'd be far too convenient. So that's not the right button. We do not need an assembler up there. So now we can do something like this up here. And we can basically play the game of how many times can I rebuild this antenna. Oh no! Did I just drop a bunch of stuff down here? I think I did. Maybe I didn't. Maybe it lucked out and it decided to not penalize me for not paying attention to my inventory. Alright. Once again, we've rebuilt that antenna. So now let's take this guy down. And we'll just take that down later. We'll just come down here for now to get some construction components. Come up here and build the lights, which will help us see this thing so we hopefully can find it again more easily. One little guy there, and one little guy there. And make it red. Alright. So we now have the antenna and the lights. So now we want our hinge. We want it to go this way. Oh yeah, this totally works. I was using 2 hinges before because I'm apparently a moron and didn't realize that I should do it this way. So that's awkward. But it's fine. Alright. We need a bunch of conveyor tube parts. Alright, whatever. Let's try this. Hopefully motors will last. They're probably not. They're probably first, but we'll just go with it. Oh, motors are last. Ah, nice. So I'm really hoping this tower is tall enough to make doing this worthwhile. If it's not, it'll still look cool. So that will help me sleep at night. This would be a really good job for my welding ship, except for it's at the other base. So here I am welding by hand when I have a welding ship that works perfectly fine. Alright, and so now we've got the tower welded up. And we can start working on this hinge. Because once we have the hinge welded up, we can start working on the pistons and trying to figure out what all we need. So what I'd like to do is come down here and find the hydrogen bottles. And refill my hydrogen, because nothing sucks more than falling out of the sky. So we'll put 2 of those in there, because I think it gives you 1/2, it seems. I'm not really sure. But if I give it 2, it should just give me all the pieces, and it does, which is very helpful. So this is not the hinge. Alright, it just randomly goes to something else. I think I only have 1 hinge on this base though, so we're gonna call this gantry top hinge. And we're going to... what are we going to do for this for now? Guess for now I'm going to angle it downwards, and I need to figure out which way it goes. Okay, so negative is that way. So lower limit can be 90. Upper limit can only ever be 0. It can honestly, it's going to be less than 0, but for now that's fine. And then lower limit for now, let's just rock it down to like, yeah, that looks good. So there's no rhyme or reason to this distance, or this angle. I just wanted something that points it downwards because I'm going to start building pistons and I don't want them to be going outwards and then slam down and explode. Alright, so how this works. We build a bunch of pistons because our hubris towards Clang knows no bounds. So we just keep building pistons, waiting for this fall. Be gentle, be gentle, be gentle, be gentle. Alright, it was gentle, good. And what we basically want to have happen is have it just like gently bring itself downwards without swinging wildly into the conveyor system and taking itself out. And it looks like it's doing pretty well. Now, as you can see, we have a bunch of pistons, but not a lot of vertical distance. Or sorry, we have a bunch of pistons vertically, but not a lot of horizontal distance. That is the point of this. When these start extending, it's going to push on a car, and it's going to make it move out that way. Now, it is kind of at the point right now where if these all extend, this angle is so slight that it's going to put a lot of force going downwards into the car. And that might do weird Clang stuff, but it'll be okay. I might start the car a little bit further out just to help give it some forward, some horizontal velocity, as opposed to just like pressing the car into the track until it explodes to death. I'll weld those after I get it all laid out. I want to explain what I'm doing for you guys, and then I'll just weld it like I did the building, and then we'll come back and it'll be done magically. So 5, I want the other blocks now. And I can't put the other blocks down because I don't have small steel tubes. All the stuff back, small steel tubes. Small steel tubes. Bunch of small steel tubes, whoops. Okay, so we'll go here, 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 here. And we'll do the same over here. Alright, so this is the side of our track, but the car's width is 1 block. The car won't actually be able to ride on this width. So we need to actually use a half armor block. In this case, I'm hoping I can use a half frame block. Let's just use the half armor block. It'll look cool. It'll be a good contrast. So we use these like this. If you have steel plate. It's like amateur hour over here. Boom. So as I was saying, so you use these guys, and then this will narrow it enough that the wheels of the car will line up really nicely on it. And so now really you just extend this track out as far as your arm will extend. So for the car, we're going to start building the car, but it's going to hang off of here with another hinge, because that will enable this hypotenuse to pivot. So we have another hinge right here. And the other benefit of using the hinges is that the hinges pass the ore through, or in this case the ice through, just like all the pistons will. So because of that, you have to then use one of these. I don't have any interior plate. You have to use a conveyor junction block so that you can actually pass your resources through it. Now, as you notice, we're now below this track. And we're not even done yet, and we're below the track. So that is where the other piston comes into play. This piston gets used to basically poke this arm up until it is above the track. So the piston part, well, no, the piston part's functional. I don't need it to pass stuff through. I just need it to poke this thing out. So I'm not even going to bother putting the rest of the tubes on that to make it functional, because I just need it to basically be a ram. So this is going to be called the gantry ram piston. And I want its maximum speed to be very slow. I'll do like 2.5. That's probably fine. Let's see how far this goes. I might need to add a block. I can do like a half block onto it or something. We can just wait here and watch. Oh, this needs to be free. I need to make this guy free. Oh no. Oh, there's not a thing there. Oh no. Oh no. I regret everything. Right now we are fighting against, actually the torque is helping us in this case, but this needs its torque to be 0. It needs to be freely moving. Alright, so that's all the way extended. This is what I was afraid of. So I think I'm just going to take this whole structure down when I'm done. I don't foresee needing to do maintenance on this. Alright, so now we need to extend our ramp out, or our track out. But now we should be able to actually place our wheels. Let's see, how do I want to do this? I will have 1, 2, 3, 4. And we'll make it this long. Alright, so hopefully, if I have it this long, when the car goes down, it shouldn't hit this. Although actually what I can do to prevent that... No, I can't. It'll be fine though. It should be fine. So now what we'll do is we'll go back here and we'll do wheel number 1 and number 2. And we'll do over here, is this upside down? Yep. Number 3 and number 4. So that's what the car is actually going to look like. And we'll have drills underneath. So now all we need to do is weld up all of this, retract these pistons, and put the car on the track. I've gotten the car all welded up, and it's ready to be put down on the track. I didn't weld any of the track stuff up for 2 reasons. Number 1, I didn't want to wait on the materials to be made in the assembler, and number 2, I'm not too worried about it needing to be finished right now. I will probably weld it up here in a little bit. Well, that's kind of relative to this YouTube video. I'll probably get it welded though, let me put it that way, because I would like to have the contrast of the frame block to the armor block. I think it'll look really cool. So I will come back eventually and weld that, but I'm not doing it right now. We don't need it to be welded for this to work, providing that it doesn't like insta-explode. So, to put this down, as you can see, there's 2 pistons, but we've now added these wheels, and so because we have the wheels, these add kind of a whole new dynamic to it, where I can just put this down and it will land on these wheels and everything will be fine. Everything should be fine, let's put it that way. So what I'm going to do now is actually adjust the wheel height so they're all the way down. So this is the wrong direction. We don't want the car to be like this. We want the car to be the other way with the wheels. So let's go back up here, wheels, height offset. We want them to be that way, so the car hangs down below the wheels. And now, what I'm going to do, it's not really advised, so don't do it this way. Do as I say, not as I do. Just gonna get rid of that. And I'm going to lower this down. Oh, now that I'm realizing this, I probably should have had that. Nah, it'll be fine. Because now it's not going to lower down onto the other one, so I can remove those 3. I'll just have to grind those 3 really quickly. But it looks like it'll be fine. It'll either contact here shortly, or after I grind away one of those blocks. Boom, contact. Oh my god. Ha 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 ha! Ha! All planned. Alright, so the car is now on the ground. As you can see, it's pretty close to the base here, and that is the point of having that gigantic thing. So we have all of these pistons that can extend out, and you have a negligible loss of piston travel, of like horizontal distance, because of this height. So I don't need that piston anymore, but for now, just to be safe, I'm going to leave it, because with my luck, if I take it down, I'm going to need it again for something. So, what we can do now is gather up some more of this track. Times like this, I really wish I was in creative mode, where I can just hold and drag. Alright, now it's time to dig into getting the drills set up on this gantry car. Alright, so that's enough extra track just so we can, you know, test this thing out. We probably definitely need more track, but I'm not too worried about it right now. So there's a couple ways you can do this. The first way is you could just have a drill just like sticking at the bottom of it, and you can just scrape off like whatever height that is. I don't want to do it that way because I'd like to be able to have pistons so I can try to get like the whole depth of the ice. That might require me to rebuild the drill head, which isn't a big deal if I need to. But what I'm thinking I'm going to do first is I want to see how far at this height here. Can I even put a... Oh, I totally can. I'm pretty sure I can. Okay, yeah. So at this height like this, I can put a drill right there. And that will probably... That's probably close enough to start taking ice off the top. And then I can go down... I can then go down 10 more meters from that drill. The other thing I could do, which would probably require some pre-drilling of the ice, which I don't want to really do because I'm lazy and it takes time. So I'm not going to. The other problem with that as well is if you have any like vertical supports in the middle of this thing and not just like one on each end, then obviously your drills would hit them and then explode and it would be bad. So I don't want to do that. I could, alternatively, I could do like a conveyor up and over the rail and then down on the outside. And that would be another way I could get drills on the outside of this rail to get more ice. So there's definitely ways of expanding this out. You don't just have to stay between the rails. I'm imagining. I've never actually done this before. But I see no reason why it wouldn't work, which means it probably won't work, but we're going to find out. Now, as for this, I think my method on this is going to be just put drills like this. I don't think... Let's see. Is that underneath the... Yeah, that is. So I can do 5 drills wide. That's fine. Alright, there we go. Functional. Alright. So I've got all of our drills. So I want to name these drills. This is gantry drill 1. These are the gantry pistons. Now, no, these small blocks, which are the main blocks, they need steel. Alright, so this is definitely less than ideal. Alright, I'm gonna hand drill. Because I don't have the resources to rebuild the stone pistons right now. So somewhere over here, there it is. This is my original mine. So I'll use this. I'll be right back. Alright, so bar is full. Get out of the mine. So I've gotten like maybe 6 or 7 loads of stone. So we've been able to make some more steel plate. So now what I can do is grab that steel plate and... Did I have more? Oh, that's the assembler. I can grab that steel plate and some of these small steel tubes. And I guess we could also always deconstruct components into iron again, but I'm just trying to avoid doing that. Oh, I need to get my hydrogen bottle. Took them out so I'd have more room for ore. Alright, so what we want to do is extend this even further. So let's put the spotlight on the front of the car. Alright, so that is probably enough track now to test this guy. I don't care about the piston right now because It doesn't need it right now. And I want it to extend very, very slowly at first. So as you can see right now, it's pushing really hard downwards. And that's why the back is being squished and the front isn't. Oh, I don't want steering, I don't want brakes, I don't want propulsion, I don't want air shock. Do want more strength. So it should be making a nice little trough. It is good. Let's put some lights on here. Alright, and that's really all there is to it for getting this thing set up. Let's go ahead and stop this thing. Because we need more steel to extend this track out, or else it's going to fall off. So give me a little bit, I will go and mine some more iron by hand, or stone by hand to turn into iron. Anyway, I'll be right back. Alright, so let's try that. Now that we've extended the track out, however far that is, let's see if that is far enough. So yeah, this is why the, oh, failed miserably. This is why the tower is nice, because you can get all of this distance, you know, just without having to have a giant horizontal line of pistons. There's 10. Nice. So really, this guy can come back down to... I don't have the right blocks. I need the small steel tubes. Let's go every 10. 10's not very many. Let's do every 20. 10, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Alright, so now that it's daytime again, we can see how this is working. Going pretty well. Just nicely mine along there. Good yield per drill. And if we look at ice, the generators are doing nice. Ice storage is almost full, but it's okay because we have a bunch of backups. And if we look at power, we're not maxing out our wind turbines. So I think we're good. I think it's now time to leave this facility alone. Just let it process all of its ice into hydrogen, fill those tanks up. I do want to fix my sign, though. Yay! Sign's fixed. Oh, I don't want to fix around here. Because that was actually hiding the fact that there's a big hole underground. So gotta go back to hide the hole. Boom, done. Alright, so it sounds like we might actually be low on power. Depending on how much stone is in the refinery. Oh no, it's just randomly getting pieces of stone. Cool, we have plenty of ice. Alrighty, nice. So I think I've collected all of my hydrogen bottles again. So go ahead and refill these two. And I want to leave maybe two. I'll leave 2 of them here. I'll just leave one here. And the little cargo truck. It is just charging away. So I think we're gonna call this an episode. I have to get the welding ship over here maybe to finish up these rails. I haven't decided how I'm gonna do that yet. But this is our hydrogen processing plant. Started off driving that car over here from the main base. We built a platform which became this building. We've made a bunch of hydrogen tanks, of which I might add 2 more. Possibly some more than that, but I want to have enough hydrogen that I can fill up a lot of spaceships. We're gonna make, whoops. Good thing that the turbines don't kill you when you run into them. Whoa, that's a crazy graphics glitch. We made a bunch of the hydrogen tanks. And then we made some ice overflow tanks, which it doesn't look like we're really going to need. Although I think this one's just about full. Oh, ice storage full has been used now. So ice storage 1 must have overflown. Let's see, ice storage. Ice storage, yeah, so ice storage 2, which is this first one. And then that one. So these side tanks haven't been used yet, but that's okay. So we built the ice overflow, and we built this big tower, put the antenna up there, took down the antenna over there, bunch of pistons, and we can just run them in and out on this gantry car, pushing this this ice scraper. So this is how I am manufacturing my hydrogen, so that we can use hydrogen power to get us up into space. I'm not just going to stay here on Earth and build a bunch of bases. I know that's what you want, but there's also going to be a spaceship at some point in time. So I've just now got to get back to my other base, where I'm going to finish up some odds and ends. I haven't been to that base in so long now that I actually need to go back and figure out what all I have left to do. But I don't think it's very much. I know I might need to address the fact that I don't have a cobalt mine yet. I don't think I need a silicon or a nickel mine, but those minerals are close to the surface. They'll be very easy to make, like just a single drill arm if I need more of that. But I'm a little wary about the metal grid situation. I do obviously have the hole in the ground cobalt mine that I made earlier, but it'd be cool to make a, excessive mining situation for it, like everything else in this playthrough. We can, it's fun, why not? So, anyway, I hope you liked this episode. As always, if you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you haven't done so already, and like these videos. It does help the channel grow. And comment below. What do you think of this gantry? I know I keep saying this, but I think I haven't seen this before. This might be your first for this sort of usage of the pistons in the new hinge blocks. I think this is a really cool solution for driving something back and forth with the pistons and not having to have a huge line of pistons behind what you're doing. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching, and I'll see you next time. Thanks.